Hidden Object Guru here, back with more of Neil Maguire's storyboards for the Quarry. This time we're going to be looking at Abby and Nick getting attacked in the woods, and I gotta say, there's going to be some big surprises here. The first surprise is Abby and Nick are walking together through the woods. This is not Abby having run off and crying on a log and Nick coming to seek her out. So, I mean, this might be a bit of a stretch, but I think we can assume in this early version of the script, there's no Emma kissing Nick, Abby feeling betrayed, Abby running off in the woods, Nick going to look for her, Jacob running off crying. Like, it's making it seem, just the very fact that it's the two of them on a romantic walk through the woods right away suggests that they are giant changes to the bonfire scene, which sadly, we do not have any evidence of. I mean, I would love to see more storyboards for this game, but this is all we've got. Abby and Nick get attacked and the fire pit scene. So, let's dig in. Alright, so they're walking through the woods, and first off, complete character transformation since last time we saw them. You'll notice that now it's Abby in the overalls shorts outfit that Caitlin was wearing in the last scene. Also, no more hat and shaggy blonde hair. Now she's got black hair and a ponytail. And Nick has had a complete transformation. No longer is he dork in glasses with weird haircut. Now he's a kind of just regular dude. He's got jeans, he's got a t-shirt, he's got a, decent haircut. I mean, as far as you can tell in these storyboards. And the thing I really like is writing people's names on their chests so it's always clear who we're talking about, because that's just useful. You take me to the most romantic places. Ooh, romance is where you find it. Oh my god! This Nick is so much more suave than the one from the last scene or from the final game. Like, I gotta know, how big was the time separation between these two storyboards being drawn? Ah, a deep dark forest. Oh, lots of pans of the moonlight coming through the trees. There's actually a lot of that in the game, and it always looks great. I know I talk about this a lot, but how gorgeous is the forest in the Quarry, right? Just such a good-looking forest. Alright, it's atmospheric. Besides, we're quite alone. Oh my god, like, I gotta say, he's bordering on sinister here. My Brave Protector is not the vibe I was getting from that look. Alright. Now we get NA. Yeah. Now we get a werewolf zipping around behind them. Ooh, they heard it. Oh no, they're being circled by werewolves. Honestly, this is not how it plays in the game, but you know what this reminds me of? When they're getting circled by vampires while trying to rescue Merwin in the in House of Ashes, and he's dangling from barbed wire. Just kind of the same vibe that they're going for here. Oh no, they keep missing the werewolf. Is it just the one werewolf? Is it Caleb? Is it Silas? You know, I should really check who canonically attacks Nick in the story. Because if you kill Caleb, but don't kill Silas, does Nick get cured? You know, that's something for me to check into later. All I know is that Abby gets attacked by Kaylee, who then, which is why, even if she gets bitten, she doesn't turn into a werewolf later. And people are like, well, how come Nick gets so much more anxious and violent, and she, who was bitten at the same time, doesn't get anxious and violent at all? I think she was bit less severely, and the more severely you're bitten, the faster the infection spreads, would be my guess. But again, there's no proof for that. I'll probably talk about it in a video at some point. Okay. Oh. Do you get the feeling we're not alone? It's just Jacob trying to freak us. Again, freak us out? Freak us isn't really what you want to say there, Nick. Oh. Lots of good shots. How cool. Oh my god, how cool would that shot have been? like following on a, sideways moving dolly, following the feet of it, and then them standing in the background as the out of focus werewolf feet run in front of them. The guy's a jerk, adore him. Yeah, that's a fair assessment of Jacob. No notes there. Yep. They immediately want to flee. Very smart choice. Now we get a close-up of the werewolf eyes. Or, wait. Oh no, it's not the werewolf eyes. It's one of the hunters. We can't say which one, although the bony old hand suggests it's Lance Henriksen. Watching them. Ooh. So now we know they're being watched both by werewolves and by the hunters. Alright. And boom, there's the big surprise we've got here, the original look of the werewolves. That's right, all of these sketches were done before they decided on the new werewolf design. I mean, we kind of knew that. All of the recording with the actors was done before they decided on the new werewolf design, hence the inconsistencies with the concept of there being a big white werewolf out there. But yeah, that's right, we're seeing footage of what they originally thought the werewolves should look like. So now they're sprinting through the woods to escape. It's interesting. Oh, nice. Look at those close-ups. Which seems like it would have gone a lot longer in the original, because if you think about it, in the version we got, by the time they're trying to escape, like, Nick gets caught almost immediately. In front and behind you, it was both. There's more than one werewolf. I'll tell you when we get there. That's cute. Okay. She glances back. She trips. And here's a nice shot. She trips over. They got a lot of build-up to this. That's right. It's the spine of a deer. Apparently the werewolves had already absolutely just slaughtered a deer that night. Which is pretty disgusting, but there you go. What animal can do that? I'd imagine some sort of a land piranha. No, it's a werewolf. Oh, okay. Okay, and now here is just a fantastic shot. They hold their hands together, they look around freaked out, and we do an over-the-head shot as the werewolf leaps out and grabs them. I mean, there's nothing like this in the game, and I think this would have looked fantastic. Just damn. Tackling him right out of frame. I mean, they did a version of this, the tackle right out of frame, unexpected tackle right out of frame. See? Wolf hits with Nick with the speed of a fast car. I mean, he can't really express just how short of an amount of time is taking place here, but it's basically just what happened to Max in the basement. Just whoop. The werewolf just zips by and levels him. Alright, and then tears him right out of her hand, which again, a really cool concept. She looks around, she tries to find Nick. Sees him lying in the ground, covered in blood. Uh-oh. Goes to see him, and tries to stand up when he gets tackled the second time. Is it the same werewolf? I have no idea, but it's quite a nice sequence. The werewolf crashes past. He falls through the frame. And now sees the werewolf. Looking right into it. And sadly, that's the end of the storyboards we have access to. But I gotta say, like, they... Look at that werewolf sliding to a stop with its 4 claws. And this is a very, very beautifully directed sequence. I would have loved to see this in the finished game. Now let's take a look at how this compares to what we actually got.
Growly.
Is it a bear?
It's too fast. Run!
No!
As you can see, both scenes are really effective. I personally am more fond of the one from the storyboards, which I think takes some really interesting visual risks and does some really cool shots that didn't end up in the finished version. But I've got to say, the one in the Quarry is a much more intimate and frantic thing that stays focused on the characters. So I get the appeal there. But I honestly, unlike the fire pit scene, where, yeah, I much prefer the game version because it doesn't have all of that extraneous text, here, I don't know which one I prefer. Like, I want to lean towards the storyboard version, but what we got in the game is pretty damn cool as well. Anyway, so that's all the storyboards we have available for the Quarry, sadly. If Neil Maguire wants to provide us with some more, obviously we would love to see. Any stories we can get about the development of the game would be badass as heck. But for now, we're just going to have to console ourselves by looking at Neil Maguire's storyboards for some Dark Pictures games. So join us back here next time for that. Until then, though, I've been the Hidden Object Guru. Thanks for watching. If you had a good time, please be sure to like and subscribe. Any questions, comments, or suggestions for other topics we should cover here on the channel, go in the comments section below the video. We'll see you back here for some Dark Pictures storyboard investigations, but until then I'll say that's right. Au revoir.